Oops, a daisy. Just get that in focus.
Set your notifications, Governor.
If you watched the game last night, you know as well as I do that if you just watch the highlights and see that there's no W, you might be foolish enough to say the Raptors can't beat good teams. But anyone that watched this game last night knows full well that we beat a Bucks team that was very good. Yes, they didn't have Giannis, but they didn't have Giannis to win their series last year in the third round, and they still won. They have a fantastic team anyway. The Jazz were depleted. Yes, we played the Spurs. Yes, we played NOLA. But these are all NBA rosters, and I'm getting kind of sick of people saying the Raptors can't beat solid teams. What we're doing right now is load managing. We've been doing it all season, and we're finally now starting to run our proper lineups because Nick Nurse is almost done tinkering. So last night's game, if you just watch the highlights, you will not get a good feel for what happened. So I thought I would stay up a little late after the game and give you the clips from the third quarter on that I feel are relevant, that show actually what happened in this game, even though it goes in the loss column. Not every loss is a total loss. It goes in the win column for player development. It goes in the win column for our top guys stepping up and playing well. It goes in the win column for what I'm gonna show you about the long arm monsters and what it means for our player development in terms of our bench depth, which is something we will rely on if we go into the playoffs. Not just because of injuries. Yes, we're gonna prepare for injuries, but we are gonna go in there with specialized lineups to deal with the other team. And I am gonna show you that we are not as little as you think we are. This is a big Suns team, one of the best teams in the league. Let's see how we did against them. I'm gonna pick it up in the third quarter because there's something that took place there that I've been watching for. First, some bad calls. Will not believe the extra calls Booker got tonight. He ended up fouling out, but he also got our Raptor in trouble for being the only fan in the crowd cheering. Sorry he was so distracting, Book. That one guy cheering. So I'm going to pick it up right here where our All-Stars are kicking butt and OG gets fouled on a high effort play. He misses the first one. Let's count the long arm monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4 Champagnie. We really liked this combo the other night. I mean, if you look over here, Freddie is high-fiving OG's hand. So we're at 4 long arm monsters. Nice, that can be fun. But tricked you all. P's coming on for Freddie. That takes us to 5 long arm monsters. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 long arm monsters. P's off for Freddie. And why is Boucher in this weird position? We better investigate. Wait a minute. It came off of the OG second miss, and Boucher goes to the line.
Keep battling, keep hustling.
Okay, Jack, let's hustle down to the other end and check out our size matchups. On paper, the Suns obviously have the 2 biggest boys with McGee and Smith. But if you actually look at the math, we actually start to outbig them after that on 3 matchups. Not only that, does Jalen Smith really beat P? I'd argue we have mismatches, and now it's our job to use our D out in transition and exploit those mismatches at top speed. And when the other team has 2 fat bigs, we got just the men to do it.
There's Boucher! Boucher! That's what I'm talking about!
This was a sequence in the game where the Raptors just exploited every matchup, and their length that was disrupted, they were running the floor, and this just created good matchups. For this bit of a sequence, like the Raptors were just bullies. And you could see McGee and Smith struggling.
Dials it up, step back, knock it down to Jimmy!
And then this I love, just making the D work right away. The Rook out there, making the little guys work. Effort plus length equals, turnover! And that's how we end the quarter.
Toronto right now up by 2 after 3.
The fourth was a great quarter, and the Raptors were just like abusing matchups. It was beautiful to watch. In fact, they manufactured them. As I said earlier, our top guys were on fire. Watch how they manufacture kind of something here. So they see it, and I thought they were going to go inside to Boucher, but they didn't. Instead, they chose to use the pick and use Kem to bring Ayton down low, and then have P go straight at Ayton once he's in the restricted area. Watch this. So there it is. So now it becomes difficult. Ayton's like great defending it. He plays it really well, but P just Euro steps around it. Great job. This was an incredible basketball game. Effort on both sides, a lot of physicality, some great shots. Just looked like playoff basketball, to be honest. And if you're going to go back and watch a game, go back and watch this one.
Booker up top. OG with the denial, and it's going to be Toronto ball.
Yeah, like if I got out here one more person discount the Raptors streak because teams didn't have all of their starters and stuff, I'm going to lose it. Like, this is a great Suns team. We look like a playoff contender. In fact, aside from the Jazz game, everyone had plenty of players. I know Giannis was missing, but the Bucks won without Giannis last playoffs too. Black Quebecois.
And how about the hustle of Boucher?
Like all the best games, this one came down to the wire. Like, effort on both sides. You could tell, like, Raptors had a lead at the 1 minute mark, and then Booker hit this dagger, and then we missed one at the other end, and then Chris Paul comes down and does this, gets the bounce. It was a great game. So we had to set a play, and the Suns ran an awesome defensive set that just, you know, there was a bit of a scramble, but OG had to just take what the defense gave him, which is impossible to fault.
OG, 10 on the shot clock. OG now drives. 1 point game.
Unfortunately, there was so little time on the clock, and the Raptors having trouble getting the actual foul with one to give, and then they had to foul Booker here again, which led to this ridiculous stuff with the mascot.
T. Williams here. If Booker makes the second free
Booker,
throw.
by the way, Booker's complaining about the Raptor, the lone fan that's there. He's been sent away. Aaron Smith sent him away.
Come on,
I mean, there's nobody in the gym.
That ain't right. Come
Yeah,
on,
Booker gets
you played at Kentucky in the SEC. You know, they're not going crazy when you play Louisville.
Well, imagine a super fan was there, right?
Alabama,
He jumps
whatever.
around, has a towel going, and
That ain't right.
Birch.
And they gave it. Okay.
Yeah.
So they foul Cam, but he hits both. And straight back at it.
Booker, by the way, he fouled out. Paul will head to the free throw line.
83% his first free throws of the night. Though, as you're going against many times a scrambled defense.
First
Spread
free
out.
throw, good.
Paul hits both his free throws, which leads to the inbound, and they decide to foul Freddie.
Here's Fred, and the foul, so we go back.
Not surprisingly, Freddie hits his first one, no problem, and then the Raptors have a decision to make, and I can't say I hate the decision. There's a great substitution that by the Suns to go big,
Same scenario as we saw before.
and the Raptors bet on themselves and go all in like they're all-star Freddie.
Goes to miss it, and Ayton
All right, they made
with the rebound.
And that was basically it, guys. That iced the game. But note to all of us, just because it's a loss doesn't mean it's a loss. That was a fantastic game for our team. We are going places. Long Arm Monsters, baby. Look out. It's all about the Larrys. JV was here the other night. Kawhi said he missed the 6. You missed the 6? Hey man, I'm talking to you.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
You're super rude. That's bullshit, Kawhi.
This is Chef's Kiss approved. Mwah!